Welcome everyone, Karen Eiton here. Today I'm just kind of in my shop and I've been running out of bobbins for my commercial juking machine, and it seems like I have so many different colors and I probably have about 12 at my machine. But when it comes to winding another bobbin color, especially from doing alterations from a dry cleaner, you always get so many different colors of things to work on, right? So I just found this parts tray. I'll show it to you. It's just kind of clutter-bugged up here a little bit, but it has a whole bunch of bobbins and different feet in it. And I was just gonna look through here before I order and see if I have any that are the right size. And not all bobbins are the same, so I wanna show you that. Like this one is about the same width, not quite, but not the same circumference, right? So that one wouldn't work. So I'm gonna put the ones that won't work in here. And then this one is way wider. Look how this bobbin fits inside of that other one. So that goes to a different machine, So I just wanna make sure that I can see what I have here. See, that's too big too. So I can find a few extra ones, hopefully. But right now I'm finding all bigger ones. And this is an extra bobbin case. Didn't know I had that. This is probably for my Singer 281-1 machine. Maybe. It looks a little bit newer than that because it's got a hole here at the top of this little arm. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that goes to. All right, let's see. And I see some that are wider. This one maybe looks a little bit the same width, but it's bigger. That won't work either. Okay. That one's too big too. This one is too big. These all go to a different machine, and I was hoping to find some. But just so, if you ever pick up some bobbins that are, maybe from a garage sale or from a resale, or something like that, you really have to make sure that you have the exact one, because if it's too wide or too round, it won't work for you. So I just want to make you aware of that. I think all of these are going to... I was really, really hoping I would find a couple in here I could use. I haven't been in this thing for a couple of years. So let's see. This one might work. No, it's too wide too. They're all going to be too wide. Darn it. Isn't that something? See what I mean? Same width. It's a little narrower. A little wider. It's got to be the exact size. All right, well, we didn't find any bobbins, so I will have to order them in my next order. Let's see what else we found in here. 59 cents. It was 69 cents originally, years ago. Family C&T, 57 cents. Transfers patterns, markings to fabric, both sided marked at the same time with chalk. 10 pieces of different colored chalk. Tailor's chalk. Look how that comes for marking patterns. So when you're, sewing things from scratch or whatever, that's what these would be good for. And then one has a eliminates needle and thread. Okay. It reminds me of when I was taking a drafting class in at Harrington College in Chicago for design. These remind me, these little things, they have a little electric eraser that I would get for drafting, because when you're drafting, it's some of this stuff is the type that you have to write, and some of this stuff is really small, thin lines, right? So these little things would fit in there. They were erasers though, and they would fit in that electric eraser, and I loved that thing. I think I still have it in my art room. And then this was 50 cents. Look at that. This stuff is probably not any good anymore after that long. Taylor's chalk. So this is the clay, fresh chalk clay. Well, it's good to know that I have a pink and I have a blue Taylor's chalk if I ever need it, right? So I have that. I have an extra light bulb for my machine. I think it's good too. Okay, now let's look at what else is in here. I found a little, you never know what you find. I lifted up the tray. This was a little patch. A little dog. A little patch, and then look, it has, you never know what you're gonna find. I don't know where I got this tray from. Is someone, when I was in business before, people would, you know, maybe lose their mother or lose their grandmother, and they would come to my door of my sewing shop, and they would say, would you take this? Would you like to have this sewing machine? I just can't take it to, you know, a resale shop, or I don't want to sell it. I just want to give it to someone that I know will use it, you know. And they bring me all this stuff, and I like, whew. Some of it I would give back away to someone else who was learning to sew or something like that. And some of it I just held on to, and there's a little bit of it like this. I knew it had a bunch of feet, that's why I kept this one. And then I think some of these bobbins will fit in my other machine, and I kept it. But anyway, it has these little buttons that match the little patch. Somebody must have took this off of a blouse that they liked or something and just put it in here. I don't know, but that's what it is. So I'm just kind of messing around today. Hope you guys don't mind. Okay, so we're going to get into this other little part of this tray here. Oh, look at this. That's a cute little screwdriver, isn't it, for a machine? That's cute. I like that. And this one, computer people, very thin. You'd be surprised how much screwdrivers come in handy for your shop. And then, get rid of that. And we have a little bit of iron cleaner. So I guess you can use this iron cleaner. It's never been opened. Might be pretty old, I don't know. So let's see. Where does it come from? Kansas City, made in the USA. And this is what it says for iron cleaning, right? It says set iron at highest temperature. So tiny print, I'm having a hard time. Squeeze contents of tube into 100% cotton terry towel and rub hot iron over the towel. Wipe on clean area. Read complete directions on back of card. Well, I don't have the card, but that tells me enough, right? I don't know if I would be afraid to use that. I have a Teflon shoe on the end of my iron, my steam iron. So I really don't need, you know, this stuff, but may come in handy for once in a while. If I'll use a home iron if I will. My other iron will go down, but now I have another industrial iron, so I have two of them, gravity feed irons. And but once in a while, I'll use a home iron on something, so that might come in handy for a home iron. But okay, now some of these feet, I don't know exactly what they are or what they go to, or if they would even, like this one, look how it goes on. This would not even fit my machines, so. This goes to a different machine. I probably have the machine too. It's probably a home machine. I probably have it. So these all wouldn't work. And this one especially. I think I have another one that will work on my machine that I bought. This is for a hemming foot, you know, to turn like a really, trying to get this thread off of here. It'll fold it for you. See, it'll fold the fabric for you. And then as you go, it'll sew just a little rolled hem. But all of these wouldn't fit my machine. Look at that one. What the heck do you do with that one? I don't know. I had like one like this sort of before. See how narrow it is? It's almost like for a double needle. And this one is also for a rolled hem. You can hear my son yelling in the background. This is for zigzag. This one has a guard on it. It's for a double needle. It has two. Can you see it? Let me see. You might be able to see it in here. Way down there. And this guard goes all the way through it, so it splits it in half right there. So it's, you know, two circles. So that's for a double needle. Like a zipper foot. Some of these would be pretty cool, but they won't fit on my machine. It goes in the machine. That's probably for embroidery, where you can just go wherever you want to go. There's another one that's got a guide in the middle of it, right? It's got two separate holes. That's for a double needle. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. We got an arm, some kind of a guide, some kind of an arm. Nice ring, huh? I don't know what the heck that is. Okay, got a really nice needle. I'm gonna keep this out. I need a little cleaning. Look at the eye on that needle. Crewel embroidery needle or whatever. Look at the eye on that. That's nice. For upholstery and different things. I'm always doing pillows and upholstery, different stuff too. So it's good. I got a couple extra screws in here, machine screws. Well, I was really hoping to, especially this rolled hem one. I'm going to see if my mechanic, my guy, can redo the top of this and make this fit my machine. I'll have to look. I think I have one, but I haven't used it for a long time. After practice, you get pretty good at, you know, turning and making rolled hems. But when you use one of these, it really makes it tinier, you know, than what you can really baste in place or whatever. So I might see if he can redo the top of this where it cuts this part out and it would sit in there, and then I can put a hole where I could screw it in. I'm gonna ask him about that one. And then this one, I don't know. That one I'll have to think about. What I'm thinking is, too bad this couldn't hook onto my machine where I'd have that little circle, and then you can insert different threads and different yarn in there, and then it would be in front of your needle. And then when you sew, you could sew that yarn in place, and you could, you know, do some really pretty stuff. That might be an option. I might leave that one out. I'll talk to him about that one. He does a lot of machining for my husband's button machine shop. My husband has a button manufacturing shop, and he's done a bunch of different dyes and things for my husband for his machines. So he is wonderful. And also, I'll tell you about this guy. He's a genius. This guy. So I have this big, huge mixer because I love to bake cookies, right? And I make big batches for different, you know, graduation, different events or whatever I can. But anyway, I have this big, huge industrial mixer. Well, when I got the mixer, the bowl was, it was like almost lopsided, right? It wouldn't like snap in and stay secure on these little pegs that came up on each side. They had this little, where you put the bowl, big bowl in there, and it had these little pegs on each side, and it wouldn't like snap in, and it wouldn't, it was out of shape at the bottom, you know? So he redid the whole thing for me. He put on new little things where they go down in there now, and they're like secure. They're like little rings that go on those little things that come up. And he reheated the bowl and made the bowl so it's like fits on there perfectly. Another thing he did for me was my other mixer, because I was making a lot of cookies for Christmas time and selling them and stuff. I love to bake homemade cookies and decorate them with really fine detail. So I do that around the holidays, around Christmas time. Anyway, so so my regular mixer, a stand-up mixer, it was, it had this peg that went all the way through it, right, to keep the head on, right, to keep the head from bouncing around and, you know, to keep the head on. Well, the thing had come apart. It had come, I was mixing so much and so much dough, maybe too much at one time, whatever the case, and it got all whacked out of shape. And he ended up redoing it, putting one in there that could not come out again, right? He ended up revamping it to where, you know, that head is going to stay on there now, and it's not going to just, when the vibration happens, it's going to slide its way out again, right? So he is wonderful. He's done so many different things for my husband's dyes and things. My husband will say he needs a dye, or he needs a machine all reworked, you know. And he is just incredible, the things that he can do with metal. It's just amazing. And so he is just wonderful. He is such a wonderful person to know. And it was just a fluke that we met him, because we were looking for someone that did tool and die for my husband's button shop. And we couldn't find anyone. He couldn't find anyone. And finally he found someone out of a paper or newspaper or something like that. And they said, no, but I know the guy you need to talk to. And he said, oh, really? And so we ended up hooking up with him. And, you know, he's not too far from us either. So it's probably about, maybe a 45-minute drive, or 40 minutes, something like that. So it's worth it, you know, to go there on the weekend and to drop some things off and stuff like that. Sometimes he'll come and drop things off to us, you know, in the middle of the week. If he's riding his motorcycle and it's something small he can just bring with his motorcycle, then, I'm driving that way anyway, I'll bring it, you know. Really nice guy. So anyway, but yeah, so I'm going to talk to him about these couple little things. I'm going to check to see if I do still have my rolled hem foot like this that fits my Juki machine. But these other little parts, I'm going to see if he can, I can put this one back, I don't need that one, help me out with that. And it looks like I have to order my bobbins. I'm going to have to order them, because this is the only last place that I didn't look. I was looking for more, and so I do have to order some. So at least I know that. So thanks everybody for listening to me. And so yeah, so you kind of got to go through my little junk case here, you know, with me. And I love to say hello, and I love to be able to do videos for you guys to let you know that I'm around if you need my help, if you have questions and things like that. So I'm here for you. And if any of you out there are interested in, you know, learning more about tailoring, learning more about, you know, how to get your own business going, and maybe many of you might already have your own shops, and if you're looking to find ways to make more money in your shop, and I'd love to talk to you and to help you to be successful too. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. Give me the thumbs up on this video. It really helps me so much with the algorithm if you leave a comment, a nice comment, and if you give me the thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I'm sharing stuff more and more all the time. Okay, thanks so much. Bye bye now.